Stories take a long time to write and edit and formulate. Today I'm going to share with you the original version of The King's Wedding, originally titled Masquerade. It started out as a poem and I switched it from poem to prose because as a poem it got very weak towards the end. The rhyming wasn't as good, the beat wasn't as good, and I couldn't get it right. I'm way better with prose. You can read the prose version in The Winter Rose and Other Tales up on Amazon. You can also read the original version. I stuck it in there as a little bonus to see the evolution of a story. So here it is, The King's Wedding in its original poem form. The elvish king, in sheer delight, took advantage of the night, a party thrown to honor just the beauty of his bride. She danced in silver, the moon upon her brow. Stars shone throughout her raven hair, twinkling as she spun around, and through her mask her eyes were seen, and in those eyes were all one's dreams. The king caught her in his arms, spinning her with golden might, radiating the sun's light. Fairest of the Fae they danced, and all beheld them in their glance. But fate was cruel with her cold blade. She struck them down at their parade, and brought with her cold jealousy. A Fae indeed more fell than fair beheld the queen with raven hair. A spark was struck, the flame had set, and fate soon granted his request. The might of fate was much too great. The lovers yielded to her touch, as fate cut in to dance with king. Jealousy swept up the queen. And as he weaved around the floor, he quickly headed towards the door. His bony grip contained the queen, who wheeled around, searching for her king. A gap between to separate did fate intend to create. And as the hall was wide indeed, the king ne'er heard the queen's last scream. All those who witnessed were surprised, as the queen vanished from their eyes. News traveled from ear to ear, reaching king, now filled with fear. Would he see his love again, or would that green-eyed monster win? Fate had vanished, where, none knew. The king set forth the decree for all to search for jealousy, but jealousy lived far and deep, away from prying eyes, in chambers filled with earth's delights, kept hidden from the sun's light. And here he kept the queen, lost in sadness, locked away, far from all she loved. The king despaired when none could find his bride. The days went on, the sky grew dark, and winter took its course. It was the bleakest day in winter, when destiny appeared, fate's only child. And though she had her mother's face, she had inherited her father's grace. To find your love, she told the king, travel far across the sea. In the deepest mountains trove lies jealousy's fell dungeons. The way was hard, the course was long, and in the cold hours of the night, when despair was at its worst, the king's heart glowed with love. Hope had traveled with the king, and together they pursued the queen. The mountain's teeth loomed large ahead, and Hope remembered what destiny said. Look only for the queen. If you stray but left or right, you risk the loss of sight. Your quest you will abandon, and forever will you dwell in jealousy's abode. With this warning in his heart, the king entered the black caves. Deeper they delved, and to their left and right were treasures to delight. Covetous chambers the mountain had to drive the most noble mad. Temptation sprang from open doors. Whispers sang, this could be yours. What dwelt within these walls, the king desired to know, but Hope, his steadfast companion, kept them on their route. More wonders met them on their way. Sad songs echoed from their keeps, more lovely than those of early dawn. Soft tinkling of bells offered welcome to their ears. The promise of jewels beyond compare beckoned the travelers to their doom, yet still they kept their path. And so they traveled through the maze until they reached the deepest cave, where they were told the queen was kept. Here they entered and beheld what was to be their final test. Upon the ground the queen she wept, inside a silver cage. A star shone brightly above the door, casting her in light. Her tears they echoed musically as they hit the floor. The king did not see the bars which blocked him from his love. He ran to her, and here they stood, divided, yet together. Hope, prepared, broke the lock. The queen she was set free. The stony walls rumbled as they prepared to flee. Around them structures crumbled. No longer did they find temptations all around them, as danger filled their minds. At last they reached the exit, and ran into the dawn. The mountain lost its tremble, its power justly gone. Jealousy had lost his claim. Fate's power broke with love's united kiss. Home they sailed in victory, their triumph held for all to see. And then the king, in sheer delight, took advantage of the night, a party thrown to honor just the finding of his bride. And again, you can find that and others like it in my book, The Winter Rose and Other Tales, short stories, mostly fairy tales. Here's how it looks. And that is up on Amazon. You can find it in the links below.
If you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel by clicking the button subscribe.